Namaskaram, Vanakkam, and welcome friends. Thanks for joining me in another video. This is going to be kind of a short one today. I'm really excited and really happy because over this past weekend I went to the Ratha Yatra celebration here in New York City. This is put on by Gaudiya Vaishnavas, which is not like the tradition that I belong to, but we're very closely linked. And any time that there's an opportunity to render service to Sriman Narayan, I'm going to definitely take part. Plus there's really good food, really good prasadam, and a really nice community. So I thought I would just like do some clips, maybe here and there and everywhere, I'm not really sure. We'll find out when I actually edit this, of the celebration. And for those of you who might not be familiar with what a yatra is, or maybe you've seen the big chariots being pulled down the street on Fifth Avenue, or maybe you've heard of the bad English mispronunciation juggernaut. It's actually Jagatnath. Maybe this video will answer some questions for you. So why do we do yatras? We do yatras because it's an opportunity to bring the deity outside of the temple and into the community. This means that people who might not otherwise have the opportunity to have darshan, to have time with the deity inside the temple, they'll get the blessing out on the street. God is coming out from the temple into the streets. So it's a blessing for the whole city. And it becomes a specific blessing because the Vigraha carries the energy of the divine that it's reflecting out into the world. If you want to know more about this, I'm going to link a video that I've done specifically on the use of images within the Hindu world. So we treat the Vigraha, the sacred image, as being a material manifestation of the divine. So we treat them like a guest, an honored guest. It's as if God himself or herself has come to your house, has come to your city. So we take the deities out to see town, to see their creation, to see their devotees, which ultimately every single human, every single living creature in the end is a devotee of Sri Bhagavan, of the divine. We cannot help but be, because we are inseparable. So you'll see some clips of like singing and dancing and carrying the flutes. This particular yatra come from? Well, Lord Jagannath is an emanation of Sri Krishna according to the Gaudiya Vaishnava schools. We'd say he's a formless emanation, formless form, if you will, of Sriman Narayan. And he's specific to the city of Puri in eastern India. So it's kind of a regional manifestation of the divine that happens to be really important to many Gaudiya Vaishnavas, specifically like ISKCON, for those of you who are familiar with the Hare Krishnas. So 50 years ago, 49 years ago actually, to be exact, was the first Ratha Yatra in New York City, and it was under the wish of the founding Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada, who wanted this chariot festival to take place around the world. So each year it's done according to his wish and according to the divine will of Sriman Narayan, of Sri Krishna, Sri Jagannath, Lord of the universe. So you'll see in some of the images three deities. You have Jagannath, who is the dark image with the big round eyes. Then in the middle you have Lady Subhadra, who's smaller and has a yellow complexion. And then on the far side you have Baladev, who is a white complexion. You'll oftentimes see these three deities together because in Krishna's lifetime he had a brother and a sister. He had his brother Baladev, sometimes called Balaram, and his sister Subhadra. Throughout the parade, this is like the largest Ratha Yatra I've been to. There had to have been eventually tens of thousands of people there. It was huge, which was awesome. We all took turns pulling the Rath, pulling the chariot down Fifth Avenue, and it's a particular blessing to be able to do that because you are rendering a very direct physical service to the divine, to Sri Bhagavan. So pulling the cart, you're pulling your Lord through the streets. So it's a sacrifice, it's a blessing, and it's just a great opportunity. So that's it for this video. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in another one.